What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Raptors Report. I know it's been a little bit since we recorded, but times are tough out here. We're busy men. We're busy men, so, we're trying to get this content to y'all. I've been working personally on trying to, record a bunch of videos in one day and then kind of bank them all and set release dates for them, so I'm going to try that. Also, Song of the Day. I haven't done this in a very long time. Lord, We Need Your Love by Fred Hammond featuring Brian McKnight and Marvin Winans, bro. What y'all know about that? I just put every single one of you on. But today, you know why we're gathered here today. You see this, David. You see that, David. You know that it's time for Raptors Report, okay? And today, we're talking about the Raptors G League talent, all right? Javon Freeman Liberty yesterday just went off for another 36-piece. 36-piece. And he does this consistently. Very consistently, he goes off and he does very, 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 very well. So, today what I'm going to try and do is list some G League talent to help it get us better. And then David Pamitzer over here is going to give us some possible draft scenarios that we can do with all the draft picks that we got. So, I just want to start off by saying, we've shown that our current bench can be good. We've shown that when we call up G League guys to 10 days, they can produce for us, and they could be solid players. And then it's what made us so good in the past, because our bench was better than everybody. They didn't call it the bench mob for no reason. We had Pascal and Freddie and Norman all coming off the bench. Those are three guys who are they're starters, and Norman's a 6th man of the year candidate 24/7, right? So it's 2 All-Stars and a 6th Man of the Year candidate. I'm pretty sure that's solid for our developmental system. That's not mentioning guys like Damari Carroll, like CJ Miles, all the way back in the day, Terrence Ross, even though he had a couple starts, right? We had all these guys. Our bench mob was consistently solid. However, right now, we're average, if not below average on the bench, all right? Back in the day, we had a bench mob that was able to give us 50 points off the bench. That's unheard of. Teams are averaging 30 to 40 right now. And our squad was going out there, balling, getting us 50, giving us 3 to 4 guys scoring double digits off the bench. That's crazy. So in order for us to to succeed like that, we got to make some changes, and that's why we are here today. So to start off this G League draft, all right, I'm going to start it off with none other than you-know-who, Javon Freeman Liberty, all right, getting 24 points per game at 24 years old. Playing point guard, shooting guard, 6'3", getting 7-8 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game, steal and a half a game, shooting almost 50% from the line, almost 40% from 3, and has a true shooting percentage of 60.7. That's incredible. Plus, he's been popping off lately. He's shooting 100% from 3 in game. He's dropping 30 on multiple occasions. He can be deadly for us. Next up, Jonte Porter, all right? We've seen him play. He came with us on a road trip one time and he produced. 6'10", 24 as well. He's a center forward. He can play center. He can play power forward, whatever you want him to play. And in only one game with the 905, he got 4 points, which is a little lackluster. But then he got 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 0 turnovers, a steal, and 4 blocks. But it was horrible shooting. But he had a plus-minus of plus 21.
He's a great passer.
He's a great passer. He's a great rebounder. He's a great defender. We actually need this guy on our squad. I don't know why we're not recruiting him full time. He's a center who, cool, we got the scoring covered. We have a lot of good scorers on our lineup. If we could get that rebounding, passing, and defending covered, amazing, right? But speaking of centers, we just signed Mo Gay to a 10-day contract, right? Which is going to be incredible for us. 6'9", 25-year-old, 14.1 points per game, 9.4 rebounds a game. And also, he's getting 3.7 offensive rebounds a game, which is great. Plus the 2.1 assists per game, 1.2 steals per game, and 2.5 blocks per game on 50% from the field and 51% from free throw, which sucks. But he's solid in the paint, an amazing defender, and an efficient defender, by the way. He'd help us. Yesterday we saw that he could help us. Gets a block, goes off, 2 points right there. He got 2 points, 2 blocks yesterday. That was perfect for us. If we can guide a guy that can go out there and get 2+ blocks and be in those top 10, top 15 block spots in the league, that would be incredible. If we could even get a guy to go out there and average a block and a half, even just 2.5, 3, right? If we could get within that range, some solid guys that can average some blocks, do some good defense for us, increase the status of our big men, I think we could be a deadly squad next year. This year, I'm not going to lie to y'all, and I hate to say this, we don't have a lot of hope this year,
Nope.
right? Our team's pretty bad. We're not meshing properly right now. We made a lot of trades. We're calling up a lot of guys, so it's going to take some time. But I feel like after the offseason and after the draft, which David's about to talk about, we're going to have a lot of good time in this offseason to get solid and to be a solid team. So next year, I can see ourselves in the playoffs and not in the play-in. But I don't know. We'll see how that happens once we start to call up some of these G League guys. But David, I know, like I just said, you have some draft players for us to possibly keep a lookout for. So let's hear it.
Yes. So this is all hoping that we can land 6 or higher. So like 6-1.
Okay.
So if we do that, there's some names that I've been seeing that are to look out for. So one of them, his name was Matas Buzelis. He's a 6'10 small forward. He has really good ball handling. He can pass really well. He's a pretty good defender too. Not the greatest from three, but obviously something it can get developed over time. It's another sizable guard who can handle the ball. I mean, forward who can handle the ball and, do good for us. Hopefully get better defensive players on our team as well. Another small forward, but he's 6'8". Ron Holland. This
Yeah, I
guy
heard about him.
this guy is uh, a more athletic forward. He's not like the best passer and all, but he definitely has better defensive capabilities than Matas. Forgive for the name. Whoops. He definitely has better defensive abilities than him, and he is very athletic. Can get crazy shots at the rim, and his shot is still kind of lackluster too. But obviously, you can develop that over time. Does it show his age over here? I don't know his age, but he's definitely like 18, 19. Definitely young guys that we could look at and have another one. So this is all for the sixth pick, depending on if we get that or not.
Yep.
For our 18th pick from the Pacers. This is a shooting guard named Devin Carter. He's an efficient guard who impacts all aspects of the game. He has lots of strength and toughness and is a shot maker. And as you know, we need shot makers.
Yep.
That's the struggle with the team this year. Like you have all the starters who can pretty much do that, but when you look at the bench, well, obviously our bench has gone better now, but now it's just about them gaining that chemistry since of all the trades that went down and acquiring all these new players. Yeah, it's something we definitely need and definitely need more ball handlers on this team for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all we have.
I would like to
We
say
have a
that.
second round pick, but
Yeah, we have a second round pick, but I know we could do a lot with that, but it's not particularly what we've been
might get
great at in the
traded.
past couple of years, right? It might get traded.
Hmm.
Something I will say though, this draft is very big man rich. There's a lot of
Hmm.
promising big men in this draft that can either fall to the bottom half of the lottery or the bottom half of the draft in general. And
Yeah.
I feel like if we could take an advantage of that and kind of bring them up because we just had to let go of Christian Coloco, right?
Hmm.
So if we could kind of bring these guys up, if we're not gonna sign Mohamed Ugay, if we're
Hmm.
gonna actually go for some draft picks, we need to get some of these promising big men and we need to train them up to be solid prospects in this league. Either
Yeah.
that or we get another ball handler to come off the bench. Because I love Gary Trent Jr. He's more of a shooting guard to me.
Yeah.
Right? He's a catch and shoot guy. I don't see him as a pure point guard passing type of guy. So right now we have
Definitely.
Emmanuel Quickly, which is great. He can play big minutes for us, but we need that little backup point guard. And I feel like this draft also has those promising point guards, those true point guards that are in this draft, right? However, it's a bit of a dead draft. I won't lie to y'all. There's promising players, but nothing like the past. I know a couple guys coming up from high school are going to be crazy. We have guys like Bronny James, who, Hey, if Toronto drafts Bronny James, guess who we're getting? LeBron James. But I know it's not going to happen. Bronny's probably going to New York. But there's a lot of things that the Raptors can do to make this team better. And this video was kind of just like a call out to do that. Right? Toronto Raptors, true fans like David and myself, we understand that sometimes the team has to go kick into a rebuild. But that doesn't mean if we're going to rebuild. Don't go out there and try and fight for a play-in spot. We love to see our team win. It's incredible to see our team win. But we will understand if we need to take that time to take a break, to tank a little bit, up our draft picks, and increase our chance of a top lottery pick. Right? It's not a bad thing to do. That's how we got Scotty Barnes. And look how that's panning out for us. He's a damn good player. He's an all-star now. Got snubbed, but he, injury replacement. He's an all-star. He'll be an all-star for many years to come. Right? We have Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett, who will probably be all-stars by next year or later. Right?
Possibly,
we have great young guys in Marquise Noel. We have great young guys in Javon Freeman Liberty who can really do it in this league. And those are guys that we need to develop in the summer and come back strong next year. Because when we do that and we have the whole league by surprise, they're going to underestimate us, and that's how we get a high seed, and that's how we get a playoff run, a deep playoff run. Does that mean we're going to win a championship next year? No. But it's going to mean that it's going to begin to bring success back and in quick succession to what we just did, right? We're coming off a 4-seed year. Last year was a play-in year, right? We did deep playoff run in the bubble, terrible in Tampa Bay, 4th seed with Scotty Barnes, terrible again. This year we're mid. We're just playing out mid. Next year we could come back and we could be a solid squad again, and we could continue to keep that up while we continue to develop our players and continue to make trades. I like how Masai showed he's not scared to make trades anymore, right? But the big thing for him is that he makes relationships and solid relationships at that with our players, so it makes it hard for him to trade them. But it is a business at the end of the day, and if business calls for players to be traded for our team to get better, then so be it. Right? So like I said, this is a bit of a call out just to kind of be better. We can do better.
100%.
Even scout the Canadian Elite Basketball League. If the Raptors can get a solid thing going with the CBL, who has some sick talent, by the way, 30-point per game scorers. Of course, the CBL, they're not NBA, but solid teams. I've gone to games. I've witnessed it. Incredible players. And I feel like if we could get some, either form more Canadian guys on the team or associate with the Canadian Elite Basketball League, associate with the 905 more, with the G League. Just do little things like that we have done in the past, which has brought us success and brought us 2 All-Stars. I think we can be another solid team again. So Raptors fans, don't lose hope, because the future looks bright if the cards are played right.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to have a good day, evening, night, wherever else stay at. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on post notifications. Do all that stuff, because that way we can get bigger than we already are. And honestly, truly, once and for all, take over this sports world. All right? If you haven't noticed, we're media personalities. We can do this. We can do this for real. And with y'all's help, we can get that done. So make sure to do that. If you're listening to our luscious voices on Spotify, which I'm sorry I haven't uploaded there in a while. If you're listening to us on Spotify, make sure to leave a 5-star review. Not a 1, not a 2, not a 3, not a 4, but a 5-star review. And make sure to write a little something nice about us. But whatever you do, say it with your chest. That's not me. I plagiarized that from Shits and Gigs. But thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure to have a good day, evening, night, wherever I'll stay. God bless y'all. Peace.